Okay, this is the recipe for the red beans. Right now I'm cooking it first in a pressure cooker. It'll take me 25-30 minutes according to the directions of this particular one. And the water is going to be a bit different if you cook them on the stove than in a pressure cooker, because the pressure cooker retains the water. But just so you know now, I am putting some lard that I rendered in here, and it's on the saute option, and so it's already nice and hot. And I'm gonna saute, I'm just putting a little bit to cover the bottom. I'm gonna put a little bit more. And this probably spoonful will be for the, flavor. So I put about 2 tablespoons maybe. And now I am gonna put some chopped onions. And I'm gonna let this brown a little bit before I add in the garlic, the bay leaf, and the beans. Oops. So I've been letting the onions kind of stir fry for about a minute or two, just until they get semi-translucent and then also brown. I like the flavor that adds to the beans. Now I'm gonna add in some garlic. Sorry, the steam. Put my garlic in there. Stir that around a little bit. Now I'm gonna add in the beans. I just rinsed the beans. I did not pre-soak them. They smell good. And now I'm gonna add water, just enough to cover the beans. Just enough to cover. And again, my pressure cooker says 25 to 30 minutes, so that's what I'm going to set it on. And I'm not going to add salt because that is going to delay the cooking time. Just add a little bit more water. And I put two bay leaves in there, kind of, and that's it. I'm going to put the top on. And that is how I am cooking the red beans in the pressure cooker. So here are the beans that are cooked. And you can see that the water, there's only very little water, and that's perfect for making the beans and rice. So very quickly, I am going to, I have about a teaspoon of thyme I'm going to put in here. I have the coconut milk, and it's just 1 can of coconut milk, the Thai kitchen, and I've already taken it, having one hand, I had to go ahead and prep, so I put it in this little bowl right here. Very good. Stir it up just a little bit. So I'm using the coconut milk instead of the water. That's how you're gonna get a really nice, rich coconut flavor into the rice and beans. And I left all the bay leaves and all the other stuff that's still there. I'm gonna let that continue to flavor. And I have 2 red peppers, and I have 2 cups of rice. And the beans, if you remember, I have 2 cups of red beans is about a half a cup of serving. So it's about a can, more or less. A can being around 19 ounces of red beans that are in here. And so we're gonna stir all of this up. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more water, just to make sure that it has enough liquid for the rice to cook. And then I'm gonna season salt and pepper to taste. Here's my liquid. And then I'm just adding just a little bit of water. Just a little bit. And I probably didn't have to add any. I could have just waited to see what the steam did. But anyway, I added water, and I added some red pepper because I like a little spice to mine. So there's a little bit in there for spice. and salt and pepper to taste, which I have a grinder, so I can't do that and hold the phone at the same time. But that is all of the ingredients and the process up until it's done of the rice and beans. And this is what it looks like finished. Yay, it's done. Praise the Lord. So I tasted it, and I could have put a little bit more seasoning, a little bit more salt, pepper, and thyme to kind of make it, you know, kind of like punch out there. And I think I probably would have put a little bit more coconut milk. So maybe 1.5 cans for 2 cups of rice. Although some recipes online just said 1 can, but I don't know. I wanted the flavor a little bit stronger. But anyhow, it still is good. So enjoy it. Tell me what you think. And if you make any changes, let me know. All right, enjoy. Bye. Okay, so I have about 18 pieces of chicken legs in here, and I've already put salt and pepper on it. And I just kind of looked at it and kind of guessed how much. I have, now I'm going to pour the lemon juice. This is fresh lemon juice, but you can also buy like what you have in the bottles. I just like using fresh. And this is from 4 lemons that I'm just going to pour over it. And this is just to help tenderize the meat. And then I have my garlic that I'm going to add. This is fresh garlic, and I just used a whole clove. You can also just use garlic powder. And then here's my thyme, my fresh thyme that I'm using. Then I'm gonna put oregano. And this is just to kind of highlight the flavors. You're not really seasoning the dish yet. This is just to kind of let the flavors marinate in here. So, now I'm gonna stir it up some. Let everything get all in there together. And the 4 juices, I mean the lemon from 4 juices might be a little bit too much, but that's okay. The meat on the bottom is going to get really tender. And then I'm just going to let it sit here in the refrigerator for at least 30 minutes. And then I'll come back and then we'll fry it on the stove. We'll pan fry it. All right. And this is what it looks like just now. Fantastic. So I have my pan that's heating up. I have my beef tallow, which is what I'm going to cook the chicken in. And this is just rendered beef fat that I just took a bunch of fat from, I don't know, parts of a cow and then just let it sit over the stove. But you can use vegetable oil or anything like that. And then here's the chicken that I've marinated for at least 30 minutes. This actually marinated overnight. And I'm going to start pan frying it. I'm going to try to deglaze the pan a little bit with some of the juice from this. And kind of pick up some of all of that stuff that's sticking to the pan. To kind of clean it. So I'm not going to throw it away. I'm going to keep it for the sauce. Yeah, there we go. And after I do this, I need to let the pan heat back up some so that the oil that I put back in here doesn't react with it and start splattering everything. So I just put it in with the other pieces of chicken that are waiting the sauce. And here's the pan that is going to be heated back up. So while my chicken is browning, I'm going to go ahead and make the sauce. And I have garlic in here already, and I did almost another full clove of garlic. It's about 6 pieces, I think, 6 to 8 pieces. And I'm going to go ahead and add in a can of tomato paste. And I don't know, it's organic, and I don't know if this is going to be enough or not, but once I put it in and add water, then I'll see. But I'm going to add this. And then add some of the other spices. I added the tomato paste and I added some water to it. And now I'm gonna, oops, there's my spoon. I'm gonna add some green peppers, and I put in 2 full green peppers. I'm gonna add my thyme. And this is a habanero Mexican pepper. It's just something hot. You can just put something hot in here. I like a little kick, but I don't like too much, so I didn't do the whole pepper. I just did half of it, because I don't know what it's going to turn into. My scallions, or my green onions. And I put in 2 bunches, just 2 bunches that they sell in the store. And I'm just going to mix this up. I'm going to add salt and pepper to taste. I'm going to add some more water, and then this is what I'm going to pour over the chicken before I put it into the oven. So I gave it a quick stir, and then I almost forgot my oregano, so I just put in some oregano. And then I'm going to stir it up again. And this is going to be poured over my chicken. I'm going to add a little bit more water, just so it's a little bit more liquidy. And I added salt and pepper to taste. And there we go. I deglazed the pan one last time. Here's my sauce, and here's the chicken. I'm gonna pour the sauce already in over everything. The glaze, or the sauce that comes up from my last fry, I'm gonna pour in just to add it in. What else can I tell you is that even though I used beef tallow, I used a lot less oil than what I originally learned in, and that was because I wanted to use all the oil. And the oil, so you can decide how you want to do that part or whatever, and just let us know how it turns out. So here is all the goodness. I'm gonna give it a stir, and then I'm gonna put it in the oven. My oven is already preheated at 350, and I'm just gonna stick the pan in. It's just a large stainless steel Dutch oven, and I'm gonna put a lid on it, and then forget about it for like an hour and a half, 2 hours, and just see where we are then. All right. Okay, here it is out of the oven. And here we are. I don't have a salad. Don't judge me. I'll eat my vegetables. Enjoy.